Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch.
Welcome to this INFINii presentation. It's my pleasure to have the opportunity to go through the information with you today. And my name is Ken Eggleston. I'm the Vice President of Global Sales. And what I'm going to be sharing with you tonight is an opportunity that is unprecedented in the marketplace today. As a company, INFINii is literally setting records across the e-commerce spectrum. And I wanted to get your attention early on to let you know that this is a serious discussion we're going to have about a serious business. It's no get-rich-quick scheme or anything else, folks. This is applied work, but in the examples that people have gone ahead and followed our training platform and tied in with our first-class e-commerce trainers, we've been able to accomplish something that no other arbitrage e-commerce platform has ever done on a global perspective. Our members to date have sold over $2.4 billion in products, and they've generated profits for themselves through those sales of over $380 million, which is truly an incredible accomplishment for a company that just launched back in September of 2013 in one of INFINIi's subsidiaries at that time. So, a revolution is happening. And this is where I want you to understand where this is going. We live in a time of unprecedented change. Everybody on this webinar tonight recognizes that. We see how quickly things occur and how history, where things used to take 10, 20, 30 years to occur, now is shifting every year. Industries and economies are shifting at the same rapid pace, and technology is replacing our old economies at an unprecedented level. Around the world, many people have struggled to earn a living, however, in this new economy, and we've seen it actually affect a lot of people's jobs. And when technology comes in, there are a lot of positives, but there can also be negatives for people who find their jobs replaced by the technology. On a global spectrum, we know that millions around the world are struggling in today's economy. All we have to do is look at the reports, like, for example, CNN Money had recently stated the global economy is a titanic problem. And when you hear them talking about a global economy in terms of the ill-fated luxury cruise liner from the early 1900s, having the name Titanic attached to it isn't very good, but I think we all recognize we're there. There's over 1 million U.S. Bankruptcy filings in 2013, and that's continued on, and it was higher before, and it's maintained the same level going through. Everybody recognizes the U.S. economy is now, at 19 trillion in debt. When we look over at the EU, we see unemployment in some demographics exceeding 45%. We see the issues in Greece, Spain. We see the migration issue going in right now. We see over 600 million jobs being required at a minimum within the next decade, and 200 million people plus are out of work right now. So the U.S. middle class and all middle classes around the world, in the EU, Australia, all the other areas, they're shrinking and they're not growing, and that doesn't bode well for the average hardworking family. So we're seeing a dramatically shrinking middle class in all developing countries. But as I talk about all those negatives, which we've all been bombarded with, there's always an upturn. And the key is that for every dying economic empire, a new one is born if people can get in front of it. If you're old enough to remember, vinyl records, you never thought that would get replaced, and lo and behold came the cassette and the 8-track player, and then the CD, and everything just has continued to move through. But each time they've been replaced by something better and more efficient. And I always love this quote from The Origin of Species: "It's not the fittest that survive, but those who are most adaptable to change." So tonight, I'm speaking to those of you out there that right now want to become the adapters. You want to recognize and you want to be in the right place at the right time. And you're looking for a change in your life. And your primary goal right now is not to get left behind. You don't want to be doing what you did 5 years ago and that got you to where you are today, because you know, unless you change something dramatically, you're going to be in the same place 5 years from now. That's exactly what we're going to go through and show you. Think of Uber. I remember the first time I heard about this, I kind of thought it was a Facebook joke going around, that there was actually people driving their personal cars as taxis. But of course, now I've become a big fan of it. I use it everywhere I travel. And this company that was founded in 2009 has a market valuation, according to the Wall Street Journal, of $50 billion, dollars, and they don't own a single vehicle. These are all personal vehicles that an individual came up with the idea of attaching it to the app, finding all the entrepreneurs out there that wanted the opportunity to make extra money by driving people around. And you can imagine his core group of friends that were probably laughing at him when he first came up with this concept. But look at it today. Then you look over at Airbnb. Airbnb has now become one of the largest accommodation providers in the globe. It was founded in 2008 as a market valuation of 2.5 billion, and they don't own a single hotel or structure. They've tapped into the vehicle of using online technology through an e-commerce type platform that connects travelers with other people's homes, condos, or whatever that they'd like to rent out. All of it being done in the online space. So we jump over to our interconnected world that truly has obviously been embracing change. And now we bring out INFINii. It's going to help you capitalize on this growing trend. And we all recognize that the world of retail, has slowed down. And that when we look at all the mega stores, the ones that are icons within the industry that we all know their names, we see that even with Black Friday and all the other gimmicks that are pulled, their sales have taken an absolute beating. But the one that you have to keep looking at is that Amazon and all of these others that are in the e-commerce world are exploding. So it doesn't take any of us to really sit back and be a genius to recognize there's a whole bunch of red going down in the retail market, and there's a whole bunch of green pointing up there with Amazon and eBay and other online things. And this is exactly what has happened with INFINii. INFINii has grabbed this concept. They've gotten ahead of it, and now online sales are exploding and growing at 15 to 20% every year within this industry. And over 300 billion in US dollars in combined sales in 2014 occurred on Amazon, eBay, and Google. And this is where INFINii has captured the energy and the strength and has created a platform where these companies, now stop and imagine for a moment, Amazon, eBay, Google, Facebook, these companies actually working for you. There's a concept which is hard to believe, but finding customers, processing your payments, delivering products, and customer support. This is what INFINii has been able to accomplish in the e-commerce realm. And it's had record-breaking results for our members. It's empowered countless people to replace their incomes and grow some substantial six-figure and now going into seven-figure yearly incomes. And this is what we're talking about. So we're the real deal, and what we're going to go over tonight is going to show you that individuals like this young man right here, Dion Jaffe, that type of income is unheard of, and look at his age. But yet it's not unheard of inside INFINii because of the strength of the e-commerce platform. So it doesn't matter what race, creed, sex, anything that you are. It doesn't matter what you've done in the past. It only matters what you're going to do in the future. So, with us, we approach everything from a family perspective with this business. And we look at it as everybody that's coming on understands that there's a huge shift taking place from offline to online that's providing us with this opportunity. And many major brands are rapidly making the move to online. We see all the stores, Target, Kmart, all these other ones getting their own affiliate links, trying to get people to do that, but it's not an organized platform. E-commerce as a whole is now over $1 trillion a year global industry, and it's creating previously unheard of opportunities in all the countries. I mean, look in the US, it's 349 billion, Canada, 27 billion, France, 43 billion. We got the UK at 99 billion, Germany at 62 billion, China at an unbelievable $672 billion. And when we come over to Korea, it's 39 billion, Japan 90 billion. We go to South America, you've got Brazil right there showing up at 20 billion. Jump over to Australia, and our down under friends, and you got 19 billion. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, it's being affected by this. And eMarketer projects that global e-commerce sales are actually going to eclipse over 3.5 trillion, and that's trillion with a T, folks, in the next 5 years. So the question that we have to pose to you is, how much of that 3.5 trillion pie do you want to participate in? You see where you're sitting today, imagine where you can be in 5 years. So the INFINii model represents something that's taken several years to build out, millions of dollars, and our system allows you to generate profits with no inventory. This is a huge key factor for people to understand. If you're serious about being an entrepreneur, there's very little things, including the MLM or network marketing industry, where you can do things without an inventory. Most times you have to order substantially expensive starter packs to load yourself up with product, and then run around to friends and family and talk them into using some other product than their normal coffee, their skincare, or whatever. And folks, that's just not what we do here. You're able to come in here without any inventory. You've got no upfront costs. There's no traffic generation, no shipping and management. And the INFINii model, as I mentioned before, is proven to the tune of now approaching 2.5 billion in sales in just the first 2 years. This is unheard of. Our stats show that INFINii members earn 6 times more on eBay than other eBay sellers, and 7.2 times more on Amazon than the average Amazon seller. We have a platform that works. And because of that platform, our founders went ahead and also spent a lot of time looking for the best legal advice in the industry. And of course, if you're familiar with the network marketing industry, you know Kevin Thompson's name, which is synonymous with regards to high ethics, standards, and being completely in touch with the FTC, which is the Federal Trade Commission, that anybody who's serious about something wants to make sure they're in the right ballpark with legal advice. So he's been voted amongst the top 25 most influential people in direct sales, recognized as one of the best MLM attorneys. And we're really honored to have received Kevin Thompson's endorsement on our model. And the reason why he's endorsed this model is because we are customer driven. That's our primary focus. And we don't run around just focused on recruiting or doing other things. This is customer driven. And because of that, we're able to accomplish things that other companies simply haven't been able to. So if you're ready for a better way, INFINii may be the choice for you. Our systems are unlike anything else in the world. They're simple and automated, and it's ways to get involved and capture the energy that's going on Amazon, Google, eBay, and everything else. And you're not going to have to worry about becoming an expert across the board. You're not going to be chasing family and friends. This isn't the way we do business. And with INFINii, what we talk about here is that you can add significant quality to your life if you'll actually invest 60 minutes per day to learn our system. Folks, there's nothing out there in this world that's going to deliver you time or financial freedom without energy and focus being put into it. There is no get rich quick scheme that's real. But this is a real business. It's a real business model. And if you're serious about changing your path, this is the model that you need to be paying attention to. So let's take a look at this system in action. I remember when I first looked at it, and I remember our CEO, Atesh Junja, telling me that, Ken, this really comes down to being something as simple as a monkey. And I didn't know if he was making fun of me a little bit because I'm 50 and technology has been one of my high sides. And I kind of looked at him because of my network marketing background and said to myself, I just don't see how this much money can be generated in this. He goes, well, let me walk you through this. Here's a monkey on Amazon. This monkey's selling for $8.96. We do the research through our platform. And again, because we have what's called an ALC component that you'll find out about if you come there, it actually can research and list the products automatically for you. And we look over on eBay and it's 17.98. So our platform actually does a lot of this stuff for you. And then, you look at that, that's a $9.02 profit if you take that from Amazon and you sell it on eBay. Now, when sellers in mass are on the different platforms, they're not really doing a lot of shopping around. They're not looking for price comparisons. They're looking to find what they want and they make the purchase. It's proven time and time again. So, it's that easy. And all you have to do is scale up. And then, Hitesh has reminded me there, it's not the single monkey. Think about a lot of monkeys. So our system in action here with AliExpress, you've got a leather casing for a phone, $3.52 on this international site. You've got an extremely similar casing to this that's on Amazon selling for $28.99. Very similar products, similar features. You get into that place, you're looking at a $25.47 profit minus fees on each one. Again, remember, it's not the single, it's the multiple moving through this. So we then come to the next thing that we just have had a blast with, which is we're seeing a lot of people, not just the ladies, getting involved in doing, shopping parties. It's incredible. Could you imagine actually making money while you're going shopping? I know that would be nice to see a difference on the Visa bill rather than a bunch of money being spent, actually making money while you're having fun shopping. So ladies, if you like to do that, you won't believe the scan and sell technology that's now available. And you could be shopping, you could scan stuff, and you could find out exactly what the cost of it is online and collect the profits from there. So let's say you found the product $24.85, it's selling on Amazon for $39.50. That's a profit of $14.65 minus fees on each one. We've got so many different programs and training in the back office that goes through this. So when we think about the income potential, let's look at that monkey again on Amazon and eBay. Remember, our profit was $9.02 on each one. Then if you recall the international site that we were talking about, the leather casing for the phone, $25.47 each, and then the shop and scan, it was $14.65. So we had a total profit on those three examples of about $49.14. Now, you're not going to retire on that, but guess what happens? Consider if that was times 50. Then all of a sudden, if you had 50 of those transactions occur, you now have $2,470 minus Amazon fees, $2,150 for the month. Folks, that is the difference between some people having a quality of life and having none at all. I saw some statistics that in North America, $500 is what required to keep the average person out of bankruptcy. And there are people all over the place looking to make that extra $500 or $1,000 a month. If you could go ahead and generate an extra $2,000 a month, what would you do with it? What would an additional $24,000 plus a year do for you and your family on just something you do in the part-time? So, when you look at this, the more you commit, the more you make. And you saw the early examples. And of course, on an income disclaimer, we always say that, those are the exceptions. It's not the rule. But the platform is simple if you follow it. This isn't guesswork. It's all there. Becky Thames, this young lady, was such a pleasure to speak with. And, she does this solely part-time. She's an executive in a city water treatment center, and her husband, an exceptional guy, is a battalion chief of the fire department. These are just great people that then she did this part-time and earns obviously a substantial, shall we say, substantially more than what she earns on her job of almost 30 years. So, this is happening all over this place to all kinds of people. So the question is, what is your dream business? You could build the business from home, obviously. It's what most people want to do. And they actually say by 2020 to 2022, we're looking at about 40% of the population actually working from home. So you can set your own hours. We've got the video and live training included. You've got no commuting, no boss, no stress. And because INFINii has started several years ago through our subsidiary, DS Domination, we worked on our platform, and then we looked and we said, okay, we want to now expand this and bring in the full scope and power of the network marketing model to support this. So, folks, you've got actually a startup opportunity without the fear associated with a new company, because we're already in the marketplace now, going on our third year. So this is only going to get bigger and better. Our platforms that we offer are very, very reasonable. They're designed for the average person to be able to start. And remember, we don't have startup fees. So when you look at the or inventory fees, when you look at the Prime membership here, this is positioned so that anybody, no matter what type of financial position you're in, you can get started with us. The cost is $49.95 a month. And notice I didn't say the cost is $300 plus $49.95 a month, where you'd see most companies do. We just go ahead and you pay a monthly membership fee with no upfront cost additional to that. And the founders of this company decided that they wanted to approach it this way. So we actually empowered people to get out of their financial situation rather than putting more debt onto their credit card or anything else before they even get started. So Prime's really exciting because it helps you start with creating your eBay account, selecting items to sell, creating your listing, managing sales, post-sale customer, all the different things that you see on here for eBay, Amazon, and Google. And this is a great place to get started. If you have no experience with e-commerce, you could step into this and begin your training literally tonight for just $49.95 and come on board. Now, my favorite enrollment level or membership is the surge level at $149.95. I think of how much I spent going to college and then into law school, and it's just absolutely amazing. And then, I sit here and today, I'm envious really of our younger generations that have had the ability to come in with this e-commerce platform and take off. And we'll never know the trials and tribulations of working for an employer long term, because they've got that natural ability now to set their own life. Now, for the baby boom generation and the generation before that, we can appreciate this opportunity as we look at it. So imagine with $149.95 a month investment. I mean, imagine having a full power business just for that small fee. This, as a matter of fact, is what the average American spends on coffee every month if they drink Starbucks and other things. So for $149.95, you unlock the potential here for advanced e-commerce training, boosting traffic, additional e-commerce platforms, all tied together with advanced analytics, the software maximizing profits with keywords, the master eBay with expert strategies. We have so many different things here, and it is just an amazing platform. Of course, Surge includes everything that you saw in Prime as well as all this. And our final platform offering is our Excel. Now, I don't recommend a new person come in at that. Again, we're a different type of company. We don't try and upsell people to the highest level. We want people to come in at where they're comfortable. And if you start at Prime for $49.95, you're going to work your way up. And as soon as you start making some money, then you can pay to cover the surge. If you're serious about this and you want to get started and really have a full offering, you're going to come in at Surge. And you're going to work Surge at that level. And then once you start making some money, you are going to move up to the Excel, because we have so many different things in the Excel platform. And literally for everything to put your business in a super high horsepower for $3.99 a month. And you're looking at leveraging other sellers for profits, importing your own products. You're branding yourself, branding your own products, and importing in from other countries. All of this is covered in there. You've got discount management, advanced tracking sales. The stuff will blow your mind. And what we're coming with in the coming months, it's going to be added to Excel. It's just an absolute no-brainer. But we want you to pick what's right for you. On top of that, of course, we have all our training that I already talked about with the video training in the library, the e-commerce masterclass stuff, and the Saturday morning trainings on e-commerce and team building stuff. But we're especially focused on the e-commerce, you'll find, primarily as we get this ramped up and get everybody in here. And the live training events are significant. We're looking at doing several international events because, of course, we're in pre-launch, folks, in 70 countries right now. Our chief operating officer has given me an update today on registration for several new companies or countries, both in South America and in the EU. And you see this expansion here that is just taking off across the board. And a big part of the e-commerce engine that's operating right now within INFINii is gearing our members towards what's called a Masterclass Series. And this is what you want to get enrolled in right away once you come inside our platform, because you want to learn really how to become an e-commerce expert. And once you become certified with INFINii as an e-commerce expert, you have the opportunity then to become a trainer with us. And if you're interested in doing that, you're going to have the opportunity to travel the world with us, empowering others in the 70 plus countries that we're going to. Folks, if you have not really had the opportunity to travel the world, if you haven't had the opportunity to fast track your way into a different level of lifestyle, time freedom, financial, there's not a better opportunity here. This isn't about competing with other products in the marketplace. This is about having a company that sets the bar within the e-commerce arbitrage world that everybody is coming to take a look at, because they saw the success of our first subsidiary company, DS Domination, and they know exactly where INFINii is going to go. So what you need to do tonight, if you're looking to change your course and direction, is to select the platform that's right for you, whether it's Prime, Surge, or Excel. And if you just want to be an e-commerce focused person and run your business from there, then that's all you have to do, because that has nothing to do with the second part of the presentation I'm going to walk into real quick, which is that of building a team. As I talked about before, we're very focused on our customer portfolio, and every one of our e-commerce sellers is a customer of our Prime, Surge, or Excel. So to do the business is just an additional $9.95 a month. You have to understand that the Prime at $49.95, the Surge at $149.95, and the Excel at $399.95, that is a membership platform for e-commerce. So the network marketing piece that we have, which is about introducing others and building a team and really being able to leverage your time through other people's efforts, that's just $9.95 a month to get started as a partner. And that's the beauty of this. And it's why so many people recognize that this is where they want to be. Number one, if you are a partner with us and you're paying that extra $9.95 a month, then you're going to be able to access Fast Start bonuses of 15% on every product sale that you introduce somebody to either Prime, Surge, or Excel. You're going to earn 15% of the first monthly membership fee. The beginner bonus, we have it so that a brand new person can earn up to an extra $1,000 a month in their first few months with us to help them get into profit quickly. Then we have our dual team bonus structure. Those of you that are in the industry will know that this is sometimes referred to as a binary or a dual team, which means it's a two-team structure. It is the number one high energy way of building a team with other people, because you're working in the synergy of having just two teams or legs to build. And so as you start enrolling other people, you're helping other people build because you're placing people below them. It's awesome. And we actually have our plan set up so you could earn up to $50,000 a week. Yes, that's a week, folks. So that's $200,000 a month potential within the dual team structure. We also have our INFINii Pay bonus. That's 5% on each personal enrollment tree. And what's exciting about that is the INFINii Pay bonus is basically set on a unilevel structure. Now, with the unilevel structure, as you see right here to the right, what you have is the ability to earn 5%, but unlike other unilevels, it's not restricted in depth. You've got the ability to literally be able to pay to infinity based upon your rank on each weekly cycle. So it's super exciting without the limitations of levels. In addition, we've got a global bonus pool where you can earn from total global revenues of the company, and that's paid out monthly. You've got elevation bonuses of all the way up to $10 million a month as you build through the ranks. So clearly you can see INFINii with the success of its subsidiary companies have been here and are moving forward in a very big and established way. And we finish it up with our golden hammock bonus. We've often heard of the golden parachute they hear executives get, but our CEO wanted this to relate to something that's talking about relaxation. If you picture in your mind being on a hammock, relaxing in the backyard, along the ocean, that's just kind of kicking back. And if you do the work with us, you come on, you help spread the message of INFINii, then you have the opportunity to also receive a residual income for up to 10 years of a substantial amount of money on top of the entire rewards plan. So when you come inside, get ready for some real exciting stuff as we run through that. So, the question really comes, are you ready to move on with us? Number one, I would recommend contact the person who brought you here or go to their website. All you need to do is go there and click on the join button, and you can take the first steps to coming on board with us. Two, select the level that you want to come in. And it's important to understand that once you're inside the platform, you can go ahead and always monitor your business and make changes on a monthly level from one level to the other, because we don't lock you into just one. We recognize sometimes life gets in the way and things happen. So you've got the ability to control the gas pedal at what level you work this business. And then the last point I'd like to make is once you do join, you're going to want to find out about the special bonus for going directory within 90 days. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about it, but it's incredible. You can actually make an extra $20,000 in your first 90 days just from this bonus. And we have some people earning that in their first month to 2 months, getting that level paid out, because e-commerce makes sense to everybody. It's not like all you have to do is walk up to somebody and say, hey, you ever shopped on eBay or Amazon? 70% plus people are shopping now online. They're going to say yes. And then the next question really comes along, great. When's the last time Amazon or eBay paid you for referring other people to them? And they're just going to sit there and scratch their head. And the rest of the training on how we really get this going and introducing to others is all available inside the platform. So, I always like to close with this frame, because, we only have a fine on this. We see things happen to people all the time. We don't know how long our health is going to last. And we're busy for other people. So if you work for somebody else, if you're an employee, you're helping their dreams come true, not their own, because they're never going, not your own, because you're never going to get paid what you're worth by your employer. But what you're going to find in writing the story of your life, don't let anyone else hold the pen. Don't wait for 5 years, 10 years more to go by without taking control of your destiny. Be that group that sets the path, that changes your family's future, and potentially for generations how big this e-commerce model is. And that's how big INFINii is. It's been my pleasure tonight being your host, and I look forward to seeing you in Islam and traveling the world with us and getting to know you at our different conferences. Once again, have a great night.
Dope.
Don't believe me, just watch.